Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the European Qualifier number 5 for the Alienware Awesome Cup 2. My name is Oz. As always, with me, my partner Nada, and
Hello.
we are going to be going into our next match of the day, which I believe is another round of 4 match.
Oh.
It is going to be Chocotan Fan Club versus BarbieQ. Tell us a little bit about these teams before we get into the bans and picks.
All right. Well, we have seen BarbieQ a lot of times before. We have seen them in the previous qualifiers, as well as we've seen them a bit in the first Alienware Awesome Cup. They did not, however, make it to the finals, unfortunately. But this time, they do have a good shot at it. Facing a relatively unknown team, I don't believe we have seen Chocotan before, actually.
That would be correct. I haven't seen these teams. I haven't seen Chocotan before. We have seen BarbieQ play previously in the qualifiers before this. That being said, let's go right into the picks and bans now to give it to us.
You got it. All right. So first pick is with Chocotan. So they're also going to be getting the first ban, and they are going to be banning Scoldier. Now, Fudge's Scoldier is very good, and I'm thinking they know that because his Scoldier is very aggressive. It's really, really great for setting up those kills. And even though this is Sirona, his Scoldier has impressed enough to, leave it ban-worthy. As a counter ban, we're going to see Penny. And, it's a good ban, especially on this map. You're going to be locking out a lot of mobility. And, the mid-clearing power of Penny is really high, so you don't want that going around if you're building for a mid-centered comp. Anyway, the first pick for the Chocotan is going to be Scoot, a very, very, well-rounded pick. Does well on every map and has a great variety of builds, so good on them. On the contrary, we're going to have the counter picking. The double pick is going to be a Swiggins and a Froggy G pick. So we're going to have that heavy burst. We just saw that in the match of Boss versus 99ers with Boss. We're doing the same thing with the Frog and the Swiggins. A very, very burst heavy comp. Very reliant on going in and getting the kills and not as much as getting out. Responding to that, we have a double pick of Coco Raylan. So this is also a matchup we've seen back at the SWAT match, and this is also a very powerful combo, especially on this map. You're going to see those long range pokes and bursts really play into effect here. And of course, we're going to have the Vinny pick in the end, probably the best pick on Sirona. I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to say. Then let's go in. Let's go in and see what happens.
Let's do it. Give us a countdown.
You got it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So now, I have a question for you. We've seen how strong this almost amphibian fish-like comp can be coming out. We've seen it earlier from the Ninjas with Attitude. How powerful do you think it's going to be on Sirona?
Oh, it is going to be very powerful, and there is, the mid-flush capabilities of this comp is huge. The mid-capturing capabilities of this comp is huge. The air fight potential is huge. It is.
We're actually seeing one right now as Makis is going to be forced to retreat back, as we're going to see BarbieQ try and fight it out in there. But Chocotan is very strong on the other hand.
Oh, yes, they are. They have a great Sirona comp.
But as you were saying before, these air fights, how important are they going to be? But before we get into that, Fudge is going to be taking a lot of damage as he's going to be eating a snipe. That's a 450 snipe coming out very early, and that is a minute in. He's going to be forced to look for some health at this point as we see Hanky taking a lot of damage, and we see Chocotan proceed into there as Makis is going to get picked up by the entirety of them right there, and they have picked up the first kill within the first minute and a half of this match.
That is not very Sirona-like. What has happened to you, Sirona? No,
You're blaming the map.
No, I'm not. We're getting the new map soon, so I'm happy. I'm content. That was a really good collapse nonetheless. And they are doing a good job of keeping the mid. And what they're doing here is actually not staying in the mid by, but still leaving the illusion that they own it. And the reason they're doing this is because Coco just recently got back, meaning that they would be too dangerous to actually stay in mid.
And we're going to see the start of the engagement right here as Makis is going to look in for that hook. He does land the hook on Seki, and Makis is going to be picking up a lot of solar as he drops the solar cloud. And as we said before, actually Aki is going to pick up Fudge right there, as Fudge is going to be the second kill of the game, and Chocotan is going to pick up another kill within another minute. This is 2 minutes, 2 kills.
They got the roll on right now. but I don't think it's gonna last much longer. As soon as Vinny gets his build going, he's gonna be able to shot down a lot of those pushes, a lot of those poking. The poking capabilities of this team, I think we have gone over briefly, is very, very high. So Chocotan can really get that damage in, but they don't appear to be fighting very high HP knots, and the high mobility given by both Frog and Vinny is going to make it a bit harder to actually land that poke.
And we see USB getting into a bad situation, but Fudge just narrowly missing it. A huge team fight going on right now as Hockey's looking into that midsection again. USB looks like he's going to pick up that bottom solar, and just the importance of mid control on this map. We can't stress it enough.
Nope, we cannot stress it enough, and nor will we stop to stress it, because having the mid control is the same as owning the bottom lane. And when you own an entire lane, that is good. You get the solar from that entire lane, you get the push, you decide who lives and dies in the most dramatic way possible. So really, really important.
Now we're going to see these teams kind of reset here, but as we were saying before, once this Vinny gets his build going, it's going to be very powerful. And we saw earlier a Vinny going straight damage, but I think this Vinny has opted for more of the endgame, and a huge engagement coming on right now as they're going to be focusing the scoop. Not a very smart decision in my opinion. They do get him down to about a quarter of a bar, but the snipe coming out is just narrowly going to miss Makis on top, and focusing a scoop is not, in my opinion, the best decision that they could be making at this point. They could be looking to focus either that Coco or that Raylan, get that nice stun coming out from the anchor, then get that dash going in for the Frog, and finally the secure with the kill coming out on Makis. And we're going to see him looking in here as he's going to get hit with a snipe. He's going to eat a huge snipe, but his regen cloud coming out very early is going to bring him up, not by much, but it will.
Yes, that is. The regen cloud has two ways you can apply it. You can do it either in a sort of brawly sense, where you try to keep the fight in there. It's not really. It's very an alternate build, because you don't want to get silence cloud when you do that brawl in cloud for the regen, because you want to keep people in there and don't force them out. But what you can do is also place it as an escape. If you're low, it's really good for baiting and such. So there's a huge array of just versions of this solar cloud build you can do, and it doesn't have to apply with the meta every time.
So what you're trying to say is that it's very versatile and can be used in many situations where you don't think it can be used.
That is true. Of course, nothing beats the meta. That is why it is the meta, and the Silence Cloud is obviously the strongest pick for the nature of how this skill works, but it can be used otherwise in very specific situations, and who knows, we might just see this game to be one of those situations.
Nice hammer coming out right there from Aki as the ball is just narrowly going to miss, but Heavenly Fire and increased time on Blaze, actually. That's a very interesting upgrade.
Well, you want that Blaze ball to linger around for as much as possible. It's going to actually increase the length of the Blaze trail behind the ball, and thus actually increasing the damage potential of the Blaze ball.
We're going to see USB start that engagement. A nice snipe coming out from Chocotan as he's going to be able to hit a ball coming out hitting Makis on top.
Or the air snipe, no.
And the air snipe is actually going to deal the damage. The USB is going to be able to pick that up with the DOT coming out, as that is going to be the third kill in favor of Chocotan Fan Club. We're actually seeing his solar tax upgrade come out as Goldfish is going to be bought on Vinny.
However, he's not actually keeping the tax, so no damage for him yet, but it will be there shortly.
As we see Aki controlling that midsection, USB taking a lot of damage, and he is going to go down to Fudge. That is going to be the first return kill coming out in favor of BarbieQ. So now Mutant Worms, more worms, and more Hammer Pants coming out. And obviously, we know the meta of the Frog. This is pretty much the straight meta. Hammer Pants, Mutant Worms, as much dash damage as possible. And you can kind of toy around with the NATO depending upon the situation.
That is true. Our Amphibie Squad is now what I'm dubbing this comp. The Amphibie Squad. They do have that extra burst, that burst potential. And if everyone builds for it, you're going to have a quick fire, almost guaranteed hit.
And an actual huge engagement going on right now as we're going to see Fudge kind of be poked out by USB and looking for the snipe. Chocotan narrowly misses the snipe, and a huge dash coming in. Henke is going to pick up USB, as that is going to be another kill coming out in favor of BBQ. 2-1 as far as kill differential goes. And one thing that I want to point out, this is a very right-clicky team coming out for BBQ. They have a huge amount of right-click.
Just, you know, they got a right and click. That is my new name for Vinny and Spike. That is right and click.
Right and click. He's typing an essay or something. But we're actually going to see him look up right now. Makis looking for a dive. Is not going to be able to make anything of that. And, you know, I said they have right click only because whenever I ran this comp with my team, we used to call ourselves the right click Avengers. So...
Oh, well,
and actually a huge engagement going on right now is USB is going to pick up Fudge right there. But we're going to see Makis retreat as well as Henke looking for some help.
Well, maybe they can avenge Swiggins and Fudge's death.
The right-click Avengers. That being said, who would the frog be on the Avengers team?
No, I don't think we're going there now.
We're actually seeing some very meta-esque upgrades coming out on Scoop right now, getting damage and cooldown. He's looking to build for that speedometer, and more blaze coming out on Coco.
Yes, the full blaze damage. Combine that with the the time travel turbine, getting that extra time on floor. You know, get that huge blaze bowl. You can just see how long the blaze trail is, and it's going to be great for zoning, extra damage, droid clearing.
And we're actually going to see a huge engagement going on as Fudge is going to be able to pick up USB, but it looks like Henke and Fudge are going to be forced to retreat back and save themselves, pick up some upgrades, and I believe all three members have left the field to pick up some upgrades.
They do, but they are quick and they get back. They have very fast nodes, and actually Vinny's the only one with boots. But he does, however, have a lot of damage, opting for that extra chrome file instead of keeping his tax.
That's very interesting, although he is going to be sacrificing a lot, and Aki's going to be taking a lot of damage right now as the dash comes in, and a droid is going to pick up Aki at that point. The Chocotan tried to pick up a snipe, unfortunately was not able to save Aki in time, as he's going to be picked up, and we're going to see USB be assaulted by Fudge right now, trying to pick up a kill on that and set something up, but nothing able to come out of it, and we've seen the tides change. Serona is a comeback map, and it looks like BBQ has retaken control of that midsection.
No, they want it, and you know, we were talking about this earlier, that when you control the mid, you control the entire flow of the bottom lane, and when you in turn do that, you get, well, you get to decide who lives and dies.
And a huge snipe coming out right there is going to force Makis back. A nice ball from USB is going to deal that extra damage on him. And we're going to see Chocotan proceed to go into this midsection right now, try and set something up. Frog going to be dashing, not hitting anything, as he's going to be looking for a bouncer right now. USB going to clear up that bottom section. Makis and Fudge back up in this top lane looking for a clear. A snipe narrowly missing Fudge right there. Nice awareness, being able to dodge on that one. Makis looking for a setup coming out from his teammates right now. And I just want to point out that Vinny cannot start an engagement with this team.
Not until he has Silence Cloud.
Once he has Silence Cloud, then his team can kind of follow him in there. But Fudge making a small error there, miscalculating, not able to land his hook on USB, as USB is being very nimble right now. Aki is actually taking a lot of damage, and he may be going down, but no, USB is going to pick up Henke instead, and Makis is going to get sniped in midair and sniped out by the ball coming out from USB, and Fudge is going to be forced to go back. That is going to be a 2-for-none exchange in favor of Chocotan Fan Club.
Oh, yes. Count me in as a fan now. Where do I join?
You can join the fan club at your nearest voting ballot box. Just opt in for your daily Alright, I can't keep this up.
Oh, no. Neither can the turrets, though. They are almost gone.
Yes, those turrets are going to be assaulted right now. As we said before, that was a 2-for-none exchange coming out for Chocotan, and a lot of damage coming up for them on those turrets. Both of those turrets about the same HP, as we're going to see this bottom turret be poked out further by the droids a little bit more and brought down to 2 bars, as Makis and Henke are back to defend. Interestingly enough, increased health on Humboldt coming out on Swiggins. Why do you think that Fudge would opt for that?
Oh, he's clearly going to do some avenging.
As we're going to see them coming right now, and Hanky picking up the kill right there, but USB picking up Hanky in the process with that DOT and ball coming out, and USB's going back to farming right now. But as we said before, why do you think that the increased health on Humboldt was bought as opposed to some AA upgrades?
Well, that actually has something to do with Coco and her Blaze, I believe, because the Blaze is really just going to tear that anchor apart if she dances around a bit with it. As we all know, Blaze, that does reapply, so it's going to really just melt it. And, you know, getting that extra HP is going to make sure that they can keep Coco constrained for that little extra time that is needed to land all 3 of their right clicks and, you know, allow them to avenge a bit harder.
Now we're actually going to be seeing Siphon Disruptor coming out on Coco. A huge upgrade. 300 solar for 25% slow. And that is going to be very powerful in the long run of this. And USB looking to really land those blaze ticks on them. Look how long it's staying on the floor. That's just there forever. Hanky taking a ball and the DOT as well as a hammer in there. He's going to be forced to go back as we see Fudge looking for that top right now. Make is looking in the middle. Chocotan and Aki into that midsection right now. USB waiting to see what's going to happen. And there we see it right there. That ball snipe coming out hitting Hanky and Makis as a snipe is going to actually hit Makis on that. Makis needs to be very careful. But we're also going to see a huge engagement coming on right now as Makis is going to pick up USB. But we're going to see Aki looking for something in the process. Hanky's going to be getting out with half a bar of HP.
Avenge! You know,
Avengers, unite!
The BarbieQ Avengers. I don't know why that. I love that. I love the sound of that.
The BarbieQ Avengers.
I'd watch
nice
the movie.
Snipe coming out, right? The movie.
I'd watch the movie.
BarbieQ Avengers 1, 2, 3. Revenge of the BarbieQ.
Yes.
It'd be interesting enough. Maybe we can see a Darth Vader skin. A Death Star skin for Vinny? Okay, I just nerded out a little bit. Alright, back to the game. Chocotan landing that snipe into that midsection. And it looks like BBQ has reestablished themselves in mid, but we're going to see how the Chocotan fan club can kind of combat this. The speedometer build, I believe that is going to be the fine. Nope, it is not. One more damage upgrade, and that will be completed, but those 4-second hammers are going to be so powerful.
They're gonna be flying in through mid like it was raining hammers.
Oh, it'll be raining hammers along with anchors, dives. Believe me, it'll be a lot more than just hammers. But we're going to see this engagement going on again as Chocotan looking to pick up a snipe into that midsection. Nothing happening right there as Aki is going to be picked up by Fudge right now. He's going to be looking for something. Fudge making this small error of miscalculating how much health he actually had. And Makis is going to get smooched by Bob the Worm. And that is going to be another kill coming out. Another 2-for-1 situation coming out. As we're going to see Hanky taking a lot of damage. Hanky's going to be escaping on low. And this is a point where USB on that bottom and Chocotan can really just kind of take that bottom turret. It's 2 bars. The both of them together can easily take that.
Yeah, it's gone. Oops. There you go. No more turret for you.
And now USB being... I've never seen a Blaze build like this before with keeping Blaze on the floor. And it is just extremely detrimental to Team BBQ right now. They are not able to combat this in a way that they want to, and that aspect being avoiding the Blaze just because it's on the ground for so long.
Well, you're gonna be seeing a lot different now because we're looking at the Silence Cloud. Look at the Silence Cloud. It is amazing, and it is going to save everyone.
Hopefully it'll be able to save everybody. So now we should be looking for engagements coming out from this Vinny, correct?
Correct. We should be seeing a dive-in followed up by a cloud from where Swiggins should be able to...
And a huge engagement going on right now as we're going to see Aki pick up Makis in the process, and Hanky's going to be looking for the escape, but the snipe, actually the ball is going to pick him up, and we're going to see Fudge being assaulted by Aki up top right now, and that was a huge double kill coming out from Chocotan right there as they're able to reset these lanes, really start clearing them out. Fudge taking a huge ball hit to the face right in front of the turret. And USB and Aki are going to proceed into this bottom lane as Chocotan on the top lane is going to be there as they start their assault on the final turret.
Yeah, the final turret is going to be probably the hardest one to take down. No, Fudge needs to watch out for that ball.
He does need to watch out for that ball. He said it was going to be the most difficult one to take down, but with a double kill like that, they made the most of it. They got that turret almost down to half, just within a few seconds of them respawning.
Well, now you have the Silence Cloud to fight through, and in that area, you're not going to have a lot of... Well, you aren't going to have to... what you call that? That's escapes. You don't have a lot of escape routes, and you're going to be forced to go somewhere else, and where you want to go. If you want to go top, there's a Vinny. Bad luck. Oh,
and
wow.
We see this engagement, the Silence Cloud being dropped into that bottom lane there, and USB is going to be able to pick up Fudge, but Aki managing to escape. No, he does not, as Makis is there to pick up the kill, but now we're going to see the DOT kill coming out from USB as Makis is picked up in the process. That is going to be a 2-for-1 exchange again coming out in favor of Chocotan. What can BarbieQ do to combat this? What do they have to do to really establish themselves and reset the board?
They have to really just rely on that Silence Cloud. It's important in so many ways, because when they have it, they can defend, and if they don't have, there's too much to deal with, really.
And we're gonna see Hanky and Fudge look to set something up there as they do. As you saw it before, Hanky was kind of saying to Fudge, hey, come on, man, let's do this. We got this. They go right off that bouncer and right into the opposing team, able to pick up a kill on USB there. A nice recovery coming back.
Yes. These Swedish amphibians are sure to get the match back. But I was talking about the Silence Cloud, and 9 out of 10 engagement, they want to get that Silence Cloud in and use that for the safe initiate.
And we're going to see Aki be put down by Fudge here as he's looking to pick something up with his anchor. Unfortunately for him, nothing came out of it. Aki, being the scoop that he is, being able to heal up, destroy the anchor, or not destroy the anchor, survive the anchor, excuse me, and proceed to just be scoop and do scoop things.
Well, how about, be robo-scoop and do robo-scoop things?
Ooh. And actually, Fudge is going to be able to pick up a kill on Chocotan right now, as we're going to see Makis and Fudge looking to escape the clutches of Chocotan as they're trying to pick something up in the process. Nothing able to come out of it. A 1-for-none exchange coming out. And I believe we saw the Silence Cloud coming into play right there, and you said they needed to rely on that, and they did. Makis looking for the escape on that, has to narrowly avoid that ball. As he does, we're going to see USB looking for Fudge on this exchange. Fudge is going to have to get back, where he saw Makis looking in there for a second, but he was way too low to do anything of importance.
Yeah, that was the presence of Vinny keeping Coco from, committing for that extra kill, because having a Vinny just provides for so much presence. It is dangerous to be around a Vinny, and you want to avoid it at all costs.
And this slow is working wonders for Chocotan right now. That 25% slow is really slowing down the Frog, really slowing down that Swiggins, and kind of setting the pace for this game to what they want to play. And that final turret is just being torn apart by those droids and the entirety of Team Chocotan. They've been able to progress forward very quickly. Normally we see Serona, we see 40-minute games, but that is not the case today, as that snipe is going to hit Makis, and he's going to be forced back to defend as Aki, Chocotan, and USB are looking to progress into the final stages of this game. Hanky getting involved right there. We see the 700 dash come out. Aki is taking a lot of damage. Chocotan landing the back off snipe, and that was a very important snipe for Chocotan to land, being able to thwart them off and push them back a little bit to secure safety for Aki.
Oh man, that was a close call. I mean, for both teams.
We see the ball coming out right now as USB getting that Blaze Ball. That Blaze Ball has been so powerful this game. Blaze has really set the pace, as I said before, and really slowed this game down for BarbieQ. They have very fast, very bursty characters, and Blaze in itself has kind of prevented them from utilizing their mobility and burst.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Dropping that Silence Cloud. They're going to be fighting in the Silence Cloud now. An excellent drop by him. We're going to see USB picking up a DOT kill coming out. And on that exchange, unfortunately for BBQ, they weren't able to keep them confined to that. And we're going to see USB going for the back door right now. And a Coco on the core by itself. That is a lot of damage. Look at how fast she's taking that down. We're going to see Makis try and do something right now. Drops the Silence Cloud. And we're going to see USB continue to fight in it, saying, whatever, I've got the Shock Gloves. I've got my ball, I've got my blaze, let's continue to battle. And Makis is going to be forced to get back, but he's going to be in a very bad situation right now as Chocotan sees that, lands the snipe, and is going to be able to pick up the kill on Makis. We're going to see USB proceed back into the score section to do some damage as Henke's looking to pick something up from the top and lands the dash coming out on USB, and we're going to see Fudge assault him. Fudge is going to take a lot of damage. Fudge is going to have to retreat back, and that is going to leave Chocotan and Aki to do some damage on this core in the meantime. Wow. That was a huge engagement going on, and we're going to see Fudge right back into the action, try and focus them out, and that's a lot of damage on this core. Fudge is taking a lot of damage. I'm not sure if he can defend this too well right now. That may be the game. He is a one-man army right now. Unfortunately, he is not Ted McPain. He doesn't have those airstrikes, but in comes Makis for the kill, and he's going to pick up Chocotan, and Makis looking to pick up Aki right now, as Fudge is going to be forced to defend right now and avoid those droids because
look
one
at the
poke
base
from them,
HP. Look at the base HP.
one poke from them could have ended Fudge. And Aki, Makis came in with a vengeance. He was the Avenger he was sought out to be and was able to pick up that kill. And we're going to see another kill come out from Henke and Makis. I don't know if this is a comeback, but it certainly looks good.
Oh, wow. They have to be really careful. This is all or nothing. If someone gets through the lines, they're done for. The base is dead. It only thinks it is alive. It's just waiting for someone to tell it that it's really not. That is where we are right now.
It has false hope. Maybe that hope can come true in the next episode of BBQ Avengers: A New Hope.
Coming this spring or whatever.
It's the hottest summer blockbuster.
Yes.
CQ comes back, and they are going to be looking for that comeback right now. A nice snipe coming out as we're going to see Henke looking for the kill on Chocotan. We see Fudge coming in with the anchor, not able to pick anything up out of it. And Makis, where is Makis in all this? He is battling it out. He is going to be landing that triple dash, but is not going to be able to pick anything up, and Chocotan is caught out of position as we're going to see Henke fighting it out. Henke may be able to get picked up right now by USB. USB and Aki looking to finish this game right now, and it looks like that is going to finish the game.
Whoa! I was ready to call it, and they actually lasted a minute more. A minute more.
That was absolutely insane. Makis just coming in, he sees that base, he goes, no. Nah, it's not gonna happen today. He picks up that huge kill and forces Aki back. But wow, what a display of perseverance coming out from Chocotan, and the way BBQ was able to combat that. What do you think BBQ could have done differently to combat the pace that Chocotan had set for them by utilizing Blaze, getting that disruptor, and really just getting that insane amount of CC going?
Yeah, I think it had to do with the order of which they initiated. If Swiggins started, it was going to be very hard for them. It's going to be very hard for them to actually get him out. If Vinny initiated, it was important that the Cloud, or they keep the fight in the Cloud. And if Frog initiated, well, I don't think that worked too well. Frog was clearly the finisher for this one. So having to know when you initiate with whatnots in a team of initiators is very important, especially versus a Coco. And I really think that Vinny was the best way of doing that, because he does have that regen cloud that can sort of, counteract that blaze damage. If you can get the cloud in, then land that hook, keep them in the cloud, and from there get Frog to finish it up. I think that would be the proper way of doing it in this situation.
I agree 100%. That being said, before we get into our finals of the day, which is going to be Chocotan Fan Club taking on the defending champions from the previous Alienware Cup, 99 cents, we're going to be doing another giveaway. And we know you guys love giveaways. We love giveaways. So keep an eye out in the Twitch chat. A Twitch mod will be giving you guys instructions for the giveaway today. Just keep an eye out for that, and we will be right back as we proceed into the finals for Game 1 of Chocotan Fan Club versus 99 Cents.
Yes.